Start seated on your mat, finding a comfortable position, whether that's kneeling or in a cross-leg position, and close your eyes. Let your shoulders move away from your ears, rest your hands on your knees or wherever feels most comfortable to you. And with your eyes closed, just take a small body scan going from the top of the crown of the head, so really feel, or try to feel, the top of the crown of the head, moving your way down your face, releasing any tension as you do so down your shoulders, down your arms and down your back, to your hips, to your knees, to your ankles, and then to the tips of your toes. And just feel the ground beneath where you're sitting, whether that's on your mat or on the floor. Allowing any background noises, whether that's where I am or where you are, just to become a part of the surrounding of the experience. Often in life, there's a lot going on in the background, and it's our opportunity or job to try to see if we can find grace and peace within all the chaos. So that's what this practice is about today. It's just trying to come back to your center and yourself and the peace that is always there if you can tune into it. A practice that I'm often trying to come back to daily because it's not something that you just figure out. We're going to start by taking 3 deep breaths. As you breathe in, starting now, deep breath in through the nose. And see if you can hold the breath at the top, and as you hold the breath, draw the belly button back towards the spine, lifting the gaze up towards the space between the eyebrows, the third eye, and then release the breath out. 2 more times like this. Breathing in through the nose, and send the direction of the eyes up towards the space between the eyebrows, and draw the belly button in and up if you can. And then exhale, release the breath out. 1 more time, deep breath in through the nose. Belly button in and up as you hold or retain the breath for a moment or 2, and then exhale to release. Nice. And then just walk your hands forward. You can keep your eyes open or your eyes closed, stretching the arms, keeping the fingertips on the floor to activate a little bit more down the sides of the body. And as you do this, just see if you can breathe into the sides of the waist, expanding laterally around the intercostal muscles which wrap around the rib cage. And see if you can start maybe with an ujjayi breath or just normal breathing, whichever works for you, to start a focus on the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And then gently walk your hands back towards your knees and find yourself in a tabletop position on your mat or wherever it might be that you are practicing today. Spread your fingers nice and wide, pressing down through the hands, lifting the shoulders or drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then breathing in to drop the belly button down, lift the chest and the gaze, and then exhale, round the spine and look towards your knees. Again, breathing in, belly button drops down, lift up through your chest. And exhale, round through the spine. Last time like this, breathing in, lifting up through the chest. And exhale to round through the spine. And this time at the top of this movement, keep your spine rounded and push your hips all the way back to your heels, keeping your arms lengthening and reaching forwards. And then drop your forearms down and slide your chest between the window of your arms to arch your back as you lift the elbows again off the mat. So again, round through the spine, tuck your chin, push your hips back towards your heels, then let your forearms come down. Draw your chest between the window of your arms as you lift your gaze and arch your back. Last time like this, rounding the spine, sending the hips back towards the heels, forearms come down, chest comes forwards between the arms, lift up through your chest, and then come back. Maybe wiggle the hips a little bit from left to right. Nice, and from here, press down through that right shin, start to extend the left leg back, right forearm comes down, left hand is next to that right hand. And we're going to open that left hip out, flex that left foot, point that left foot. So just flex a few times the foot and then point the foot. And then just take the foot in some circles all the way in one direction and then all the way in the other direction. And then on your next exhale, breathe out as you draw the knee towards the elbow and then inhale to lengthen. Exhale to draw in, inhale to lengthen. Let's do this for 8, 7, 6, 5, nearly there, 4, 3, using your breath, 2. On this last one, we're going to hold at the end and then lower the leg down, touch the toe to the ground and then lift it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Should be feeling some heat in your body, I am, but it could be because I'm in Sao Paulo and it's very hot in this room. Let's do 3 more, 3, 2, and on 1, keep your leg lifted, come back onto your hands and your knees and drop your left hip down, reach your right arm forward and just kick the heel of the left foot up as you reach back, holding the left foot with your right hand, whoa, wobble, and press the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot to really elevate that left knee. I always wobble with this one, so if you do too, don't worry. And then release the hand and the knee back down, and we'll do the same on the other side. So I'll spin round, so I'm on your right side. So from here, drop the left forearm down, right hand is outside of that left hand, extend that right leg, and then open the right hip. Drawing the knee to the elbow for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, hold the leg, lift it and lower it for 8. Actually, we did 10 on this side, so 8 now. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nearly there, last 1. Keep your leg lifted, transition back onto your hands and your knees, reach your left arm forward, flex and bend your right knee and then catch hold of the foot. If you can't catch hold, I should have said this on the other side, just reach in the direction of it. Press the foot into the hand and then release. And from here, tuck your toes under, lift your hips high, and let's find our first downward facing dog. I'm just going to tuck in my t-shirt, so if there's any clothing adjustments you might need to make, feel free to go ahead. So downward facing dog, lengthen your arms, pedal out your feet, maybe move your hips. I personally love to take my feet all the way to one side and bend the knee closest to the floor. And that way it really nicely shortens one side of the body while lengthening the other. And then take your knees to the other side if that felt good. If it didn't, play around wherever you are. So then from here, let's reach the right leg high to the sky and then bend the knee and open the hip. Circle the ankle all the way in one direction, maybe even taking your gaze like I am underneath your right armpit, and then circle the ankle all the way in the other direction, and then circle the knee all the way in one direction, and then all the way in the other direction to really mobilize that hip joint. Reach the right leg high and then draw the knee to the nose, hug it into the chest, inhale right leg high, exhale knee to the right elbow, inhale right leg high, exhale knee to the left elbow, inhale right leg high, and then knee to the nose and place the foot in between the hands. Release the left knee, keep the toes tucked or untucked, and as you push down, lift up through the arms, lengthen the spine, fingers reaching high. Maybe hands come together, maybe you interlace the fingers with the first 2 fingers or index fingers pointing up as you cross the thumbs. It can help to stabilize, creating this mudra with the hands. Nice, just take a few breaths here, and as you're here, try to drop the ribs down, belly button in, and lengthen the tailbone so there's no collapsing in the lower back. Pressing down through the big toe of your right foot to stabilize. Bringing the hands to the chest at heart center. Press the hands together so that you feel a real sense of connection. Maybe you even feel some vibration between the hands, and then rotate towards that right side. Option to stay here, or maybe option to take the left elbow outside of that right knee. Maybe you're going to lift back or lift up that back leg. Just take a moment here to breathe as you rotate through your spine. You might even take your gaze up. Changing the position might challenge the balance. Let's take one more breath. Whether your back knee is up or down, release your hands. Left hand inside of the right foot. Heel to the right foot to give you more space. And then re-reach that right arm up. Nice. Just take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in, maybe looking up towards the hand, and deep breath out. Bring your hands inside of your foot, release your back knee down, heel toe that right foot even more to the right side, maybe open the foot out like a book, you can even peel it with your hand, and then stay here for a few breaths, lizard pose, dropping into that left hip flexor. So you might find you're staying on your hands, or you might find you're coming out down to your forearms, depending on how you're feeling today or the mobility in that hip. It may feel different on this side than it does to the other side. Optionally, you can reach behind, catch hold of the foot with the hand, and that will help more stretch down the muscle of the front of that left thigh. Wherever you are, let's take a breath, come back onto the hands, and as you press through the hands, lift the back knee and step your right foot back. Take a deep breath in, gaze forwards, and then chaturanga or vinyasa, breathing in, lifting up through the chest, and then breathing out, downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the feet, let's do the same on the left side, left leg lifts, bend the knee and open the hip. Circle your ankle all the way in one direction, and then all the way in the other direction, circling the knee, almost like you're stirring a really big pot with your kneecap. Circle the knee all the way in the other direction. And it should feel nice while challenging because you're using your hands to support the weight of your body. Left leg extends nice and long, knee to nose, hug the chest. Inhale, reach the left leg high, knee to left elbow. Left leg high, knee to right elbow. Left leg high, then knee to nose. Place the foot in between the hands, back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Breathe. Position of the hands is up to you. Here, where feels good. Keep squeezing that left glute, so really make sure your awareness is in that left glute and the big toe of the left foot, pressing it down so you really lift and activate through each and every muscle in the body. Then it really becomes not only a workout, but a work in. Hands come to the chest. Rotate. Stay or twist. Maybe here. Maybe here. Maybe here. Up to you. Work out what feels right. Pressing down again through the left big toe will help to stabilize. Balance. Release the right hand inside of the right foot. Sorry, the left foot. Heel toe, left foot. Reach the left arm up. Take a deep breath in. Release the left hand down. Back knee comes to the floor. Left foot comes to an angle. Little lizard. Here we go. Notice how it feels on one side to the other. Nice, and then from here, hands come down, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee, step back, high plank, and then from here, move through your flow, breathing in, lifting up through your chest, tops of the toes down, inner thighs squeeze, downward facing dog, pedal out through your feet, take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, then bend your knees, look towards your hands, big step or jump to the back of your wrists, bend your knees as much as you need. Couple of breaths, releasing any tension. Maybe hold on to the elbows and let your body sway and hang. Breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes it's quite nice to place the back of your hands interlaced on the back of your head, because it can just allow a little bit more of the tension we hold in our neck to be released, but I leave it to you to work out what feels right. Breathing in, lifting halfway, look forwards, and then exhale to release. Nice, and then from here, bend your knees like you're sitting in a chair. Reach your arms up to find a chair pose, and then lift your heels up, maybe one by one. From here, slowly start to sink down for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and on 1, gently release the heels as you lean forward, come to a seat. Nice. In this seat, inhale, lengthen your arms, and then exhale, let's come back and find that C position with the spine. So inhale, we lift up and lengthen, and then exhale, we roll the spine back with control. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Nice, let's do 3 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. On this last one, we'll breathe in to lift up, and then we exhale, we'll come back and we'll just hold, once again bringing the hands together to the chest. Inhale to hold, exhale to rotate to the right. Maybe you can drop the right elbow down to the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Maybe you can drop the left elbow down. Nice and slow, really breathing in, trying to keep the knees pointing up towards the ceiling as you focus on that control with the pelvis and the core, and move gently and slowly to the left and to the right. Let's go for 5, breathing in to come back to center, exhale to rotate for 4, for 3, I need to use my breath too, for 2, and on your last one, come back to the center, reach your arms forward and roll all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. I'm sweating. Take a gentle rock from left to right, massage your spine. Nice. And then just release your feet down onto the mat. Walk your heels towards your glutes. Press your hands by your sides. Just make sure you can touch your heels. And then from here, shoulders press into the mat. Imagine you're drawing your shoulders down your back. Imagine, and I love the visuals, but imagine you're picking a pencil up from the floor with your glutes. So squeeze your glutes like you're picking a pencil up. That will activate them. And then from there, start to lift the hips away from the mat. And as you lift the hips away from the mat, you're doing the opposite movement to what we do when we sit in a chair. When we sit in a chair, there's a contraction of the front of the muscles, so this is squeezed. When we do a hip lift, we're opening the front of the hips. So this is great to do if you're sitting in a chair, and I've been doing that a lot more. So squeeze your glutes, hips are nice and level or long, open, not level. And then try to draw your rib cage down. From here, we'll lower the hips and then lift and squeeze. Lower the hips an inch off the floor and then lift and squeeze. Just for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. On this last one, lift and hold. Lift one heel, then the other heel. And then we're going to squeeze the knees together. Just for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, nice and slow, for 2, for 1, hold, release the heels, and then slowly lower your hips all the way back down. Just let your knees windscreen wipe to the left and to the right. And then cross your right leg over your left leg. Move your hips a little bit to the right, and then let your knees come down to the left. Maybe you can use a hand to support as you rotate through the spine. Maybe you take your right arm out to one side as you look towards your right hand for a full spinal twist. Allowing the body and the breath just to relax and release. And then slowly and gently coming back through to center, bringing the feet back, doing the same on the other side, cross the left leg over the right leg. Move your hips a little bit to the left, and then slowly take the knees down over and to the right, gaze to the left. Gently coming back through to center, extending the legs nice and long, letting the arms rest down beside the body, and just taking 7 or 8 breaths here as you release a little bit closer to the floor. Let your body melt into the ground. Closing down the eyes if that feels good. Relaxing, releasing the tension around the jaw. Maybe noticing just in this very short practice how the chi or the life force, the movement, the energy, the breath has been activated through the movements that we've done, and you might feel sensation or feelings of, I always liken it to like electricity, current, being alive, moving or pulsating through your body. So breathe into that and just allow everything to come to stillness. And you're most welcome to stay here a little bit longer. But when you do feel ready to, you can bend your knees, bring your hips a little bit over to one side, and gently find your way up to a seat as we began. Closing down the eyes and just taking a moment to notice how you feel. And maybe that is not a word that you can bring into language. Maybe it's just a sensation, and it's allowed to just stay as that. Maybe thinking of one thing that you feel grateful for. One thing I feel grateful for is the ability to move my body in this way. And with that, maybe bringing your hands together to your chest, and we'll say one Om. So we'll take a deep breath into Om. Om.